looking at two hungry lions. One from Germany, one from Japan, but with the same mission, glory in the world of professional wrestling. Young blood, Oskar, and his partner from Japan have made it all the way to the final.
And I remember when they first showed up here at wXw, Yuto, Nakashima, and Oskar. I had a conversation with Oskar and I said, what are your goals? What do you want? What is it you're looking for? Oskar looked me straight in the eyes, and with all the intensity that we know him for, he said, we're here for blood and we're here for gold. Two men who are equally on the path to gold. The one called Manders and Mr. Tombstone, Shire. Manders has made it to the semifinals of 16-karat gold. Shire to 2 ambition finals. And they are, in my opinion, the biggest force in this match. Two imposing human beings. Hours ago, pastime Moodo and Axel, the X-Man Tischer, became the World Tag Team Champions. Will they hold on to those championships here tonight? Or will the title change hands twice across this 3-day weekend in Oberhausen? KxS, a team with a chip on their shoulder about the fact that they don't believe other wrestlers do it right. They don't conduct professional wrestling in the way that Moodo and Tischer think it should be conducted. Well, they have risen to the top of the tag team mountain here in wXw, so at the moment they could argue they have a point. But if they lose here, what does that mean for their mission statement? Let's go to the ring and get the official introduction for our main event, the final of the World Tag Team Festival.
Meine Damen und Herren, Wrestling-Fans, es ist soweit. Wir kommen nun zum Höhepunkt und zum letzten Match an diesem Wochenende. Dieser Kampf ist angesetzt, wird sanktioniert und überwacht durch den wXw Matchmaker und das wXw Championship Board of Directors. Der Offizielle, der Referee, betraut mit der Kampfleitung in und außerhalb des Rings ist der Referee, ausgestattet mit der Lizenz des französischen Verbandes. Aus Paris, Frankreich, Monsieur Alex Schneider. Dieses Match ist das Finale des Turniers des wXw World Tag Team Festivals 2024. Es ist ein Tag Team 3-Way Dance mit Elimination Rules. Hat ein Zeitlimit von 60 Minuten und die Sieger sind wXw World Tag Team Champions. Ich präsentiere die teilnehmenden Teams. Zuerst mit einem Gesamtgewicht von 211 Kilogramm. Aus Hamburg, Deutschland, Oskar. Aus Ogaki, Gifu, Japan, Yuto Nakashima, das Team Manders. Team Nummer 2, zusammen 227 Kilogramm schwer. From Austin, Texas, USA, Tombstone, Shire. From Iowa, USA, the not least Team Nummer 3. Kampfgewicht zusammen 189 Kilogramm aus Leipzig, Deutschland. Er steht für Kampfkunst. First Time Moodo. Sein Tag-Team-Partner aus Dresden, Deutschland. Axel, wXw Tischer. Sie sind die amtierenden wXw World Tag Team Champions. KxS.
We've been talking about it all weekend, but let's recap the list of previous winners of the World Tag Team Festival. The initial one in 2015 won by Walter and Zack Sabre Jr. Walter, another winner again in 2017 alongside Timothy Thatcher. The Pretty Bastards, Maggot and Ahura, remember that, in 2019. The French and Horse, 2022, Hector and Cash last year. Who will it be in 2024 in this 8th iteration of the World Tag Team Festival?
And you mentioned the past winners, you mentioned the individuals that were involved that have been at this stage and have excelled at this stage. Let's talk about the inaugural winners, Walter and Zack Sabre Jr. Look at where they are now. Zack Sabre Jr. has just won one of the most prestigious tournaments in the world in the G1 Climax at New Japan Pro Wrestling. Walter is now governing as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion under the name of Gunther.
He's antagonizing Goldberg, in fact.
He's good.
As I've heard it.
Exactly. You look at the names of the individuals that have been through this tournament and where they are now, it is very much one of the steps on the path towards true greatness in this business.
So here we are. We're starting off with Oskar from Youngblood and Thomas Shire, the big Texan. You can see there's 3 corners of the ring taken up by these 3 teams, and it's elimination rules. So when one team is eliminated, they will return to the back, and we'll be down to the final 2.
And you see there the back of Oskar, very much still taped up, clearly still very banged up, and it's incredible to me that the influence, the effect of High Performer Limited reaches towards this finals as now these 2 men are going head to head at night 2. Oskar was suplexed onto that steel ramp, clearly damaged, and that will be a big target for both of these teams. You see it already impeding on him.
Look at Shire there. Look at the position of his hand. He was looking to maybe bring that iron claw onto the face of Oskar. We saw him do that last night in his semi-final match. Meanwhile, tags for both teams, Yuto Nakashima in there against one called Manders.
Yeah, notice there very interestingly, after the tag, Oskar is not on the apron, but in fact on the outside, clearly very much still nursing that issue with his back. Yuto Nakashima may need to carry a heavy load for his tag team partner, as it is Manders and Nakashima. And here's a very interesting thing. KxS still outside on the apron.
Yeah, neither of the World Tag Team Champions have been in this match yet, but anyone can tag anyone else under the rules of this match. It's Manders with a shoulder block. Nakashima ducks a clothesline, and a shoulder block from Nakashima sends the man from Iowa City down. Manders comes straight back at him though.
Can't keep a country boy down for too long. As now Manders and Oskar about to go head-to-head. That battle of clotheslines between Manders and Oskar.
Yeah, they can't do that for long. They knock each other's teeth out. Oskar, yeah, cheap shot there from Tischer. That's the first action that KxS have seen, and it was illegal action. Now Moodo sweeping the leg of Oskar.
And you see now, oh no, Tischer runs straight into that chop. But on the outside, Oskar trying to get back to his apron. Is now Tischer has brought a bit of a butt whooping upon himself.
Yeah, Tischer finding himself in trouble here at the hands of one called Manders. Tischer gets the boot up in time. Thomas Shire giving some words to Tischer, which he didn't take too kindly to. The iron claw from Shire. Meanwhile, look at this, Moodo and Manders.
And while referee Alex Schneider tries to gain control in that corner, you see, oh goodness!
Tischer struggled to lift up Manders, but he did, and he got him with a brainbuster.
And you can already see 3 minutes in, we've witnessed so much chaos in this match. Referee Alex Schneider has a big challenge ahead of himself.
Moodo, big kick to the spine there from Moodo. And Moodo looking for the cover. Kick out from one called Manders, rather. The atmosphere in here, as it has been all weekend, absolutely phenomenal here in Oberhausen. Remember, plenty of wXw events coming up in the weeks and months ahead. We're in Frankfurt, November 9th for Fan Appreciation Night. We're in Hamburg, November 23rd, Broken Rules. And our 24th anniversary, December 21st, right back here in Oberhausen. If you want more information or tickets for any of those events, events.wxw-wrestling.com, the place to go.
That elbow knew exactly where to go, straight onto the face of Manders, who has now found himself in a heap of trouble. I will say it's pretty rare to see Manders in this vulnerable a situation. But that is the danger of KxS. They know exactly where to attack you and how to take you down, pick you apart piece by piece.
Yeah, KxS, as we talked about, beat Cash and Hector Friday night in the first round, beat Los Desperados in the semi-finals yesterday. Tischer has had a hell of a weekend, actually, because he's also faced Naomichi Marufuji yesterday afternoon.
As part of the Progress Defy Pro Wrestling Noah show, but all of these men have been through quite a bit of beating. Remember, of course, as well, one called Manders was part of that bloody match, the dog collar match with Connolly. Is now both Tischer and Manders are laid out.
The DDT. And they're both flat on their back. One last time, our thanks to wrestling-info.de for their help in bringing us the World Tag Team Festival this weekend, as Fast Time Moodo tags in. Thomas Shire in there as well. Shire blocks Moodo as Moodo comes running in, gets the boot up this time, does Shire. Shire's going to pick him up, gets him in the torture rack position, and Tischer coming to save his partner. Then a high knee from Thomas Shire. Attempted a black belt kick, Shire moved out of the way.
Nakashima got taken out there as Shire ducks under the first one, gets caught by the second. And now it's Manders. Moodo moves out of the way. The lariat.
Oskar took the brunt of the lariat, then Axel Tischer off the top. Manders taken down as well. Here comes Nakashima with the knee.
And this match has entirely broken down. And now it's Shire, this time back in the torture rack position. UFO.
Round and round he goes, and he drops Fast Time Moodo. They're all down in Oberhausen. Who is going to walk out of here as the World Tag Team Champion? We are nowhere close to knowing yet.
And here is an interesting tidbit about this festival weekend, Dave. A first time in history, every championship has changed hands. 5 title changes altogether, potentially by the end of this weekend.
Wait now. We're back to square one. All 6 men up to their feet. KxS going back to back. Moodo facing Youngblood. Tischer facing Manders and Shire. And now, with KxS out of the way, look at this. Youngblood, Shire, Manders. Big elbow and a big boot from Oskar. Oskar almost sent into Manders, but instead dropped down, backbreaker across the shoulder from Thomas Shire.
There you look at that Oskar, the pain painted onto his face as Manders rushes right into him.
Manders doubled down on the pain, just as Oskar was trying to rest. Manders brought all of his body weight down at high velocity onto Oskar. Suplex, German suplex from Axel Tischer. KxS trying to take charge again.
Now Moodo sent straight into that corner. Shire in a very precarious position here is picked up by Tischer. Got help from Manders and now Iron Claw.
Yeah, Iron Claw again. Manders almost hit his own partner. Manders gets a kick there from Moodo off the top turnbuckle. Manders dispatched to ringside. Tischer tagging in.
Shire is clearly disoriented in this mode. Oh, there comes Dragon Murder!
Tischer's going to go for the cover. Tischer goes for the cover, and Shire and Manders are gone.
Die erste Entscheidung. One called Manders und Shire sind ausgeschieden. Jetzt heißt es KxS gegen Youngblood um den Sieg und um den Titel.
We are down to 2 teams.
And now it is a fully traditional tag team matches. Disapproving chants rain down here at the Turbinenhalle. Nakashima attacking Moodo. Tischer punishing Oskar, that injured back.
Well, the disappointment of these fans at the elimination of Manders and Shire quickly transitioning into vocal support for Oskar and Nakashima.
Snapmare here from Tischer.
Stereo kicks there from KxS. Moodo, we're going to win the World Tag Team Festival. And that is how close he got, within a half a second.
And you see, clearly would have been the
We're going to go for the back. We're going to go for the back. Yeah, right on that injured back of Oskar.
And Oskar could tap in this position.
Moodo absolutely crazed. Look at the look in his eyes.
And still stomping like a maniac onto the back of Oskar. And you heard Tischer and Moodo talking backstage as they were preparing. Tischer mentioned Oskar's back. It was clear and well known that that would have been the strategy. They're trying to isolate the wounded elk.
Yeah, when an animal is wounded, when they're cornered, that can be when they're most dangerous. But Tischer trying to neutralize that danger. The backbreaker. This will test Oskar, and Oskar for now passes the test.
Yeah, but the question is, how long could he withstand this barrage? As now Tischer, look at that, just tearing away at that tape.
Yeah, Tischer ripping and tearing, now pulling the hair of Oskar. His fingers in his nose, ripping at his face. Tischer is an animal, an absolute animal.
But both members of KxS are. And this has been their message statement since they formed. Too hard to, I'll say, weed out the weak at wXw. To take things into to bring a true order onto the wXw tag team division.
Tischer with a big stomp down onto the lower back of Oskar. Last time Moodo coming back in. KxS double teaming now on Oskar. Tischer and Moodo. Look at the pressure on that lower back. Moodo putting all of his body weight with this version of a camel clutch on Oskar. How badly do you want it, Oskar? Will Oskar tap out here?
And that is the question. Oskar has made his intents clear, and you see that fighting spirit. You called them 2 young lions at the beginning, and that is exactly what you see, a lion fighting. As now the cover comes in, new champions, a kick out.
It is the finest of margins now between victory and defeat for Youngblood.
And you mentioned that, Oskar very much stuck all alone between these two men. There you go, like.
What he's doing with his foot. Moodo, while he's arguing with the referee, getting in another cheap shot there on Oskar.
And you see Oskar reaching towards his corner, but there's nobody there. Nakashima is still neutralized.
Nakashima, as you say, desperate. He would love to make the tag if he was up there, but he's been so badly damaged by KxS, he's still on the outside. Oscar's going to have to go in alone for a bit longer.
Oh,
Oskar, body slam. Oh, how much damage? How much damage did that do to the already injured back of Oskar? Nakashima's back in his corner. Oskar wants to tag. Oskar, can he get there? Can he get there? No, he can't, because Tischer dragged him back.
Oh, and Yuto Nakashima manages to dodge Tischer and Oskar! A final echo of resistance! Will it lead to the reinforcement that Oskar needs?
Oskar trying to get there. Fingertips away. And the tag to Nakashima.
And Nakashima is running in. A one-man wrecking crew taking down Tischer. This is the moment Youngblood have wanted, have been waiting for, have craved. Waylaid by Nakashima's broken collarbone.
Kicks here from Nakashima. Nakashima on fire here. Youngblood tasting blood, thinking they might be about to win the tag titles, but Tischer giving him a reality check. Or is he? Here comes Nakashima, the Death Valley driver, move out of Tischer's playbook. The pin on Tischer and Moodo. Moodo saves the world tag team titles for KxS.
And you hear Moodo there, jaw-jacking, barking. You can tell the frustration. They know, they feel the pressure. Everybody in this match feels the pressure of the moment. But who will it be that will rise to the occasion?
Moodo just tagged in. KxS again, trying to divide and conquer here against Youngblood.
Oh, what a kick there to Yuto Nakashima.
Seen that combo a few times from KxS. It's devastatingly effective every time.
And now that double mule kick followed up by the gutbuster. Now that driver coming in for Moodo. And with that, your tag team festival winners. Here comes Oskar.
Where did he come from? Where did he come from? But thank God he did.
And not a moment too soon. 15 minutes on the climax of World Tag Team Festival.
It might be over before the 16th minute is done. KxS looking to finish it, but Nakashima somehow fights back.
Nakashima now dragging himself to his corner. Oskar finds the tag, those long limbs.
Big clothesline there though to get KxS back into it. Oskar, a double clothesline from Oskar.
And Oskar's gritting his teeth. I bet you he's reminiscing of every hard bit of training they did at the New Japan Dojo. Every difficult drill, every painful moment of his training.
His back there didn't let him lift them both. Oskar, the adrenaline might be flowing, but there's still that back injury. Still that back injury to think of.
And now, KxS, he is at the mercy of King. Uh-oh. Mercy he will not get as KxS have draped him on that top rope. Oskar's fighting back with everything he has and more.
Moodo there with a kick, then uppercut from Tischer, weakening the resolve here of Oskar. If Tischer hits his superplex, you've got to say with that lower back, Oskar's going to be finished.
Even if he isn't pinned, he's out for this match.
That's it, that'll do. Moodo, put in the exclamation point. The diving elbow from Moodo, the pin, KxS, and oh God! Nakashima powerbomb Tischer to break up the pin.
And that would have, with no doubt, been the 3 count. But it stays alive for Youngblood.
Referee counting them both down. God, listen to the support for Youngblood. If Youngblood can do this somehow, this place is going to explode.
Referee Alex Schneider now at the count of 5, and you see there, Nakashima, Tischer, the 2 men standing. Will it be one of Europe's biggest veterans, its finest, or will it be the hungry young man from Japan?
Insiguri from Tischer, who's going to go to the ropes here. Tischer gets picked up, slammed down.
And you saw there Nakashima scrambling, trying to keep Tischer in, but Tischer just rolls out.
Nakashima talking to Oskar. They both speak Japanese. They both understand each other regardless. The universal language of desire, of ambition. That is what these two have as they face down Fast Time Moodo.
And Moodo now fighting back against Youngblood. Tischer is nowhere to be seen. Will it be Moodo? It's not Oskar.
With a kick to the head, a kick to the head. Oskar, atomic drop. Nakashima, big clothesline. Moodo is down. Moodo down. Is this it? Is this the moment for Youngblood?
He's got him draped up. This is the moment they fought for. Oskar, come on, lift him. Power through. This is your moment. This is the moment you've waited for. Not that too much time. The blood rush was trying to be set up, but that kick from Moodo. Nakashima is out. He might be out cold. And it comes down to Oskar and to Fast Time Moodo.
There is blood across the chest, the war wounds of Oskar as he looks for the biggest win of his career.
A kick there, you see by Moodo. Moodo targeting that back. How much can that back still take? You see Oskar defiantly grabbing that arm. Will Oskar do it? Up and down, but here comes Tischer.
Yeah, Oskar got as much of that power bomb as he could on Moodo. It didn't matter because Tischer came in as a boot from Oskar. A roll-up. Moodo will try and steal it. Moodo will try and steal it, and he's unsuccessful.
Oskar kicks out. Black belt kick. Oskar into the ropes, comes back, ducks under both men, comes in. The lariat prevails. And Oskar, with blood rushing through his whole body, his whole soul, a powerbomb from the heavens. The cover and Youngblood are your Tag Festival champions.
Die Sieger des World Tag Team Festivals 2024 und damit wXw World Tag Team Champions sind Oskar und Yuto Nakashima.
Two young men from different sides of the globe. A partnership born across oceans. And yet Oskar and Yuto Nakashima, in pro wrestling terms, are soulmates. It is a relationship that has taken them to the World Tag Team Championships.
They have reached their goal. Blood was at stake. Blood was put in. But now they are golden.